What up? Today's another blessed day. Every day is the best day of your life. That's how I want to live it, and that's how I always remind myself every day I wake up. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about how everything that happens outside of us is neutral until we give it meaning. And sometimes when things happen in your life that appear to be absolutely horrible, you don't know how things are going to unfold, and they actually are meant to happen that way for the best things to show up in your life. Example is, I think relationships can cause a lot of people problems. That's interpersonal relationships between friends, family, loved ones, jobs, whatever it may be. But say you're going about your day and something happens in one of your relationships, and it appears to be the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen. Bobby don't call you back, or Tabitha don't reach out to you, or something happens to Tabitha that ends up putting a wedge in your relationship. You feel really bad right there, and sometimes people allow the thing that happens to let them spiral. And I know for me, I've been that way. I've questioned a lot of things along my path until recently, over the past year or so, where I just kind of allow things to happen and just know that in the end everything's going to be okay for me. I don't understand sometimes how what's going on in front of me is going to be what's best for me, but it might be 2 months, it might be 6 months, it might be a year or more down the road. For whatever reason, that thing happened and it made you who you are today, and it puts you in the position today where you're at, and that's where you're meant to be. And it puts you in a better position. I've lost people. I've had people disappear out of my life. I've had relationships fail. I've lost jobs. I've lost jobs and almost had no money in my bank account to put myself in a better position for a better job. Or I've had things struggling at one job, only to give me the motivation to reach out to others in order to find a better career. So, what seems bad might not necessarily be bad. And that's the way you got to look at it. It might be a struggle. It might feel like a struggle, but you're the one giving the definition of that being a bad thing. Turn it around. Turn it into something good. Or just make it be neutral and decide what you want and decide what you have inside of you. Like I said, if your relationship isn't going well, or a event happens where it's going to seem to tear the whole thing apart, just sit in the moment, give it the definition you want to give it, turn it into a positive outcome, and somehow, some way, that is going to align you with what's meant to be in your life. And sometimes situations happen where people get removed from your life because you are at such a higher energy, and you are asking the world for, whether it be peace, calmness, better things. You're putting that energy out into the world, and those that are in your life are actually the ones holding you back. So, don't question why that happens. And sometimes we like to put other people on a pedestal, and we say the only way we can be happy or feel love is to have that other person. And at the end of the day, that's not necessarily true. That you feel love internally. You feel love for yourself. You value yourself. And once you have that internal value, it doesn't matter what anyone outside of you does, man. You feel fucking amazing. It doesn't matter if, the girl you're talking to doesn't call you back, your wife is in a bad mood, or something happens to her, or you guys lose contact, or a relationship ends. You are still happy and still going about your day and still building the best life for yourself. And then you can decide what actually happened anyway. So if the question is like, who told you that's what unfolded? Who told you that what happened actually happened? Your eyes see it, but your brain is the one that processes it. So you can give it all a different meaning. You can even deny that it happened entirely. And you can say it's living in delusion. It's not necessarily living in delusion. It's allowing yourself to remain the person that has everything already and has everything that they want. So really, at the end of the day, when things happen on the outside, you have the power to give all those things meaning. you have the power to decide actually what happened, and you have the power to change how you view things inside yourself and know that to be the truth no matter what. So if let's say you're struggling financially, or you think you're struggling financially, and a bill shows up, say, great, the bill's here. Thank God I always have more than enough, and I'm going to be able to pay it. You're driving down the road, you get a speeding ticket, say, great, I'll have more than enough to pay it. Or the reason I got the speeding ticket is if the cop didn't pull me over, I was going to get in an accident 5 minutes later and kill myself. I know it's very somber, but, maybe you're late maybe you're stuck in traffic because that's what's meant to happen that day. You don't know. Maybe you show up to a place 5 minutes later, or you're waiting for something and you're being impatient, but the person that's meant to be in your life forever walks in and you happen to strike up a conversation with them and it turns into a beautiful thing. Maybe you go to a coffee shop and again, you woke up late that day, or you're just having one of those days where it seems like everything isn't working out because you're telling yourself that. And you happen to run into the person that helps you start a business or gives you a better career. Maybe you're struggling at your job because you need to find a new job, or you need to branch off on yourself and try to believe in yourself to accomplish the goals that you set yourself out for. Maybe you're going through something with somebody so you can look internally and you can become a better person. It's giving you the motivation to grow as a human being and to really see the things that you can improve. I know that happened for me. Every single thing I've had in my life, every single relationship I've had in my life, it made me the person I am today. And it gave me the peace I have today. And knowing that I'm going to be happy no matter what the hell happens. I wake up every day with a smile on my face, knowing that everything's going to be all right. And it doesn't matter who shows up. If they don't show up, I don't care. I really don't. Because I'm good and I have everything I need. And I know that my life is going to unfold perfectly the exact way I see it, with the exact people, the exact situations. And, sometimes I put those things down on a list and read it every day. And you know what? It might take a week, it might take 2, it might take a month. But those things that I put on that list start to come into my life because I'm putting it in my mind and I'm believing that I have it. And I put it in the tense that I have those things. So don't let things outside of you affect you. Don't. Deny what happens. Give it neutral meaning. Give it good meaning. And just sit back and let everything unfold to you and know that you already have everything inside of you. You're going to be all right, I promise. You're going to be okay, and you have the power to create your life as long as you believe in yourself and you do not waver from that belief. Don't give up before the miracle happens. They always say that. They say that in a lot of places. Do not quit before the miracle happens. You are 1 second away from the miracle coming into your life, and today might be that day. So stop sitting in your shit, stop fucking wallowing, and stop letting the thing outside of you or the people outside of you change who you are. You are in control of your happiness. You are the fucking best thing in this world, and you know that. Have faith in yourself and have faith everything's going to work out. That's all I got to say. Stay blessed.